So, Austin, how you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Pineapple's worried about you.
See why? What could have possibly happened?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it starts with a puka, moves to a neighbor's, trades to a Nico, and now ends with a Shahid.
Yeah, it's rough. I'm really sad. But Neighbors is coming back this week. I am the best team in
Oh
the
my
entire
god.
league, most
Oh
winningest
my.
record.
Hit the
Hit
music.
the music.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to episode 8 of the Log Podcast covering the League of Ordinary Gentlemen. I am your host, Jay, once again joined by the boys in the back. And I heard some new locations for one of the boys. I heard Mr. Melka over there finally got kicked out by Mr. Melka Sr. How'd that go?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking too much shit. I bet against him too many times. I was right too many times betting against him, and he was obviously just fed up with it. Apparently, he
I
just
think
wasn't.
I think you just, you talk too much shit at the house and he's finally over it.
Well, I mean, what else am I gonna do if I'm around him all the time?
Damn.
He's easy to
Alrighty,
talk shit
Mr.
about.
Mr. Snake, how about you? How you doing this week?
Just absolutely cheery, absolutely fantastic.
You don't have to lie. You can say it how it is.
I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
You're getting unlucky with your injuries so far. I'll give you that. But I mean, you're
I'm
winning, so
overcoming.
you
I'm
can't be mad
overcoming
about
it.
that, right?
You're
Making
5-1. You can't be depressed about your team.
I'm not depressed about my team. My team, it's doing exactly what it needs to do, which is beat y'all. But
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm jazzed up because we're through 6 weeks and I can finally start shitting on some teams. So we'll get
We're
to that
we're getting
later.
to the half point of the season.
I know. I'm just gonna cry.
it's
What am I gonna do when this is over?
it's not the halfway point, Kyle. It's not.
Oh,
It's just about the halfway point for the fantasy
Is
season.
is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
we play
what?
we play 14 weeks plus 3 weeks of playoffs.
uh,
We just started last week.
hello. Have you been in the league? Are you?
Yeah,
Am I playing for you? Who's playing for you right now?
it's already over. That means
Anyway,
I won.
not yet. You still got some time. Still got some time. But
Still
let's
got
move
some
on. Let's
work
get
to do before then.
let's get to business, shall we?
Let's do it.
Our week 6 recap. First up, we had Slap Yo Mama versus Little Melka. Slap getting the W.
Yeah, my team's bipolar and so am I. Remember week 2, I was so confident, I was selling my soul, everything was great. Then week 4, I was in deep depression and my team sucked. And then last week I was like, all right, coming back. And now this week, I don't know what the hell's going on with my team. I feel like I have a good team, but now I'm sitting at 3-3 and I'm like, I don't know if I should cry or if I should be happy.
Let me tell you what happened this week, okay? You doubted Slap, and what did you say happens when you doubt Slap? He comes and bites you back. You thought I was going to say he comes and slaps you, but I changed it up for once.
Okay.
Enough.
Applause himself.
Next up, we got Diamond Dogs, or AKA Anyone But Melka, versus
Oh,
High
yeah.
Class Dumpster Divers. High Class getting the win.
Kyle, do you want to take a second to talk about the fiasco that was Anyone But Melka?
We'll get to that later.
Say
We'll
we'll
get to that
we'll
in
get
that
into it
next
later. We had
section.
a
Okay, I'm sorry.
we had an interesting conversation with a certain somebody that we'll get into a little bit later. But thoughts on
Ooh.
the game? Thoughts on the game, guys?
Uh yeah, the this is a week where having a running back period would have been very nice for Diamond Dogs. He probably would have won. But yeah, I don't know. His team is still solid, and he still would be in the playoffs if playoffs started today. So he's still competing. And
That's
yeah,
including the games he won when he didn't sell his team because we told him he was getting old. Anyway,
he's also getting AJ Brown and Debo Samuel back.
yeah, whatever. He wants
That'll
them
help.
gone apparently. But enough about him. High class over there, continuing to somewhat impress. I thought they were going to be bottom of the barrel, but they're putting up solid numbers. They put up a little more than you did, so congrats to them. Of course, they didn't do it the week I bet on them, but that's for
You're
another
just
time.
unlucky, man. You're unlucky with the bets.
Yeah.
Next up, we had T-Rex bitches versus concussors. T-Rex getting the win.
The curse, Austin. It
It,
almost happened. It
it's over,
almost
isn't it?
happened.
Isn't that what that means?
I don't know, but it was so close to happening again. It really tried.
Yeah, T-Rex beat the curse. The curse is completely over with. I do not have to worry about it because I did put up the highest score. So, yeah, it's gone, said, done with. So I'm really happy that he ended it so I don't have to endure it.
Yeah, just you wait because Concussor's coming to concuss you.
I mean,
I
I lost Shahid, so I guess maybe that is the curse.
Maybe.
don't think so. I don't think so. I think Snake's got it. Next up, we had Pineapple Express versus Endzone Gods. Endzone getting the win.
Yeah, Pineapple, you failed me. Um, I don't know if this is just a byproduct of Anybody But Melka, but I really, really wanted you to win this game, and you put up 168 points. What is that for a team that's buying everything? You know, from one guy, obviously, but buying everything, and you put up 168, bro. What happened?
Yeah, Mr. Pineapple buying the entire world, looking like a big head corpo honcho guy, big suitcase. Put any figure you want on this check. I want your guy. And then he doesn't really deliver with his 168. That was not good, bud. What happened?
What happened?
And that brings us to our last regular game for week 6. We had Toilet Snake versus Deflated Balls. Toilet Snake getting another win. Somebody somebody's gotta take this guy down a notch.
You can play that audio all you want, but how nervous were you, Austin?
Absolutely no comment on that one. I will not be taking questions about that subject today. However, I will say I had all the faith in my team that if
Uh-huh.
they played to their potential, which they did, there was no doubt that I would win and maintain my role of new king.
I have text receipts. You were very nervous for a little bit there, bro.
Nope, nope,
Yup.
absolutely not. Nope,
You were
nope, nope.
nervous.
I'm gonna break out the receipts. Alright. Enough of you and your soundboard. I'm done. Our game of the week from week 6 was Big Boy Club versus Barn Burners. Big Boy Club ends up getting the win. I guess Smoka Sr. was really worried about his job, huh?
Yep, he was very worried about his job. I got my quarter, but then I picked up rent, so I don't know if I actually won.
Is it worth the 25 cents?
Although, little birdie tells me that Barn Burners has in fact already bought Big Boy Club his Starbucks coffee, so he's paid up on that bet.
Moves fast. No, nothing to add on this one, Mr. Snake. You're pretty quiet over there.
I got way too much to add about this, man, dude.
Go ahead, take the floor.
I
All yours.
I had all the faith that he'd pull this off. I picked them. I said, Papa Belka, you're the best team I have ever laid my eyes on, besides my own. But besides that fact, he was
Is
supposed
he
to win.
starting to cry over there?
I'm not
You might be.
crying. I'm not crying.
Oh, that's right. He just got some in his eye.
Yeah, yeah.
It's dusty.
He's
Okay,
got some
look, it's that time
sniffles.
of the year.
He's got some
It's
sniffles.
fall. I got bad allergies during fall. That's all. But he's supposed to win. I'm in so much debt. I am in the dollar debt, and I can't pay this.
Is
I
it
have
considered
no
debt when you
money.
don't pay it?
It has to. Well, I mean, yeah, because you gotta pay it sometime, and I
But you
can't pay
haven't
it.
paid it yet, and it's been years.
That means I don't have to pay the rest of my car off. Thank you, Jay. That's
It's
that's the
not
best
what I
news I've
mean.
ever heard.
Not, this is okay. I'm gonna put a PSA out here for all the listeners. This is not financial advice. Do not sue us. Thank you. Enough of the fake financial advice. Let's move on to my favorite segment of the week, which once again got a whole lot of nothing. No love, no nothing. No, not even a fake trade like last week. Just to make me happy. And the thing is like Kyle said earlier, we're halfway through the year.
About
I mean, trade deadline is when exactly?
week 10, I believe.
So we're running out of time. And that means I'm going to be sad. I don't get my favorite part of the week after week 10. And here we are in week 7, and there's no trades. Nobody wants to help little old me. You know what? I get it. I understand. You guys wanted to be lazy this week. I'm looking at our waiver wire. We got a whole lot of nothing, in my opinion. This is boring. Whole lot of nothing. What do
No
you guys want me to
trades.
talk about? This is ridiculous.
No
You know what?
trades.
Moving on. Take
Hey,
away
Jay.
the one thing of waiver wire we got. Go ahead. Take it away, boys.
Jay, can I help you out real quick here?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is the state of the trades and the waiver wire.
And why is
What's
that,
interesting about the
Austin?
league, boys? What's interesting about the league this week? Because we got nothing fun trades or waivers. What's interesting? Come on, lay it on us.
Are we gonna talk about the elephant in the room, the Melka in the room? I guess.
Oh my god. You know what? I don't know why I'm getting hated. I don't know why I got lumped into this. I had like 1.5 weeks of confidence this year, and now I'm just depressed or not knowing what's going on. So I don't know why I'm getting hated here.
It was great. It started from just a profile picture being changed to a pineapple with a dog sitting on it to apparently some conversations in the background about switching to an Anyone But Melka profile picture, and here we are now.
What, three teams had it?
Yeah, at
And
one point.
apparently, little teaser for our interview later. Apparently, there were supposed to be more teams.
Yep, and
Really?
Nick is very disappointed in the teams that didn't do it.
Very.
But
I was
like,
never approached with it, so I'm kind of salty.
I
It's
would
probably because you were on that podcast. You probably didn't want to, interfere with this relationship here.
collusion. But like, can we switch to anyone but burners? Like, I've won one ship. Slaps won 2 in a row. Barn burners won 4 in a row to start. I've won 1, and I've had 1.5 weeks of confidence on this show. Why am I being lumped into it? That's my question.
Part of the name game, man. You're in the
I don't
DNA
know.
tree.
Kyle, I have 0 championships, 0 playoff appearances, 0 playoff wins, and they're hating me too. So I think they just hate us because they ain't us.
I'm gonna be honest, you turned yourself into the bad guy.
Hell no,
So
whatever.
you-
They
you
want to
turned
hate me,
yourself
go
into
for
the
it.
emperor.
You've turned
turned yourself into the
yourself into the
emperor.
bad guy.
Whatever, I'm gonna keep winning. Y'all can hate the fuck out of me. I don't care.
Sometimes you gotta have a villain. Enough. Enough of your soundboard.
Okay.
Well, since we got nothing for waivers and trades this week, let's be hypothetical for a minute. Let's have some fun here, right?
I like being hypothetical.
Let's just say, crazy idea. The playoffs started now. The season ended today.
I would be very depressed.
It would be me.
Last week I hinted. I did a little hint at the possibility of me ripping on some lower tier teams.
Here we go.
If the playoffs were to happen next week, I'm looking at a couple teams down here. Slap, Concussors, Deflated. I mean, even my boy Pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you're not cutting it. This is a coaching moment, all right, from your your unbiased moderator who's not even here, just the outside guy. You got to pick it up, all right. We're trying to get this, down to the wire here, and you guys are just not competing. We don't want a competition for the number one pick. All right, that's not what we want.
Calling y'all's asses out.
I know there's a few managers who also agree with me. We should not be trying for the first pick here. We need to be trying for the playoffs, and I think you guys have the pieces to do it. You just need a little extra push. And I'm gonna give you one more week. I'm gonna give you one more week to really show me something.
He's being nice.
And if not, we'll see what happens next week. I'll leave it as a cliffhanger. But
Oh boy.
right now, if the playoffs were to happen next week, our 1 seed would be Mr. Snake Ear.
Yeah, there it is.
With a bye, of course. Our 2 seed would be Barn Burners with a bye. We'd have a matchup of our 3 seed with Big Boy Club versus our 6 seed in High Class, and our 4th seed in End Zone versus our 5th seed Little Melka. What's your guys' thoughts and opinions on this lineup of our hypothetical playoff?
All this crying and you're still gonna make it, bud. You're gonna make it. I told you, they hate us because they ain't us. You're still gonna do it.
Bro, I'm the 5 seed. That's pretty bad.
That's in. That's in.
You're
I've
in
never
the
been in,
playoffs,
so
right?
good job.
That's fair.
I'll say you're in the play. You're not playing for the toilet. You're
That's
in the
true.
playoffs. You're in for the ship.
That is true. No, honestly, I think the first week of playoffs, if this were the actual matchups of Big Boy Club, High Class, End Zone, and me, I think that'd be a very interesting first couple games of the playoffs, to be honest with you.
You know what's funny? If you look at that lineup, you know who's not involved at all there?
Slap Yo Mama.
Slap, but also 2 teams that are near and dear to this podcast's heart.
Pineapple and Diamond
not here.
Dogs.
And neither is Diamond Dogs. Gentlemen, what's going on? We got to get you guys up in these rankings. I want to talk about you when it comes to playoff time. All right? I don't want to talk about you down there in the toilet bowl game. I want to talk about you in the playoffs.
But the
Come on.
toilet bowl's fun. I know for a fact because I have it on my wall. I got the toilet bowl here. I'm looking at it right now.
Looking at it right now.
That's a trophy that celebrates defeat. All right.
What color
That's
is
like
it, Kyle?
It's got a golden toilet on it.
God damn.
It's
I kind of want
awesome.
it. It's awesome.
Says the 1 seed.
I've never won anything, but
I'm gonna be honest.
right,
I don't think the 1 seed has ever won the championship.
It's time to break
well,
the mold.
it's gonna be the first time, boys.
Time to break the mold, Mr. Snake. Time to break the mold.
I'm gonna try for you.
I'm gonna try
This is
for
the worst.
you.
This is the worst segment ever. I'm moving on. We're never doing this again.
We
All right.
will do it at the end of the season.
It's fine. Don't worry
Give
about it.
it-
That's weeks away. Moving on, we got our week 7 matchups. As per usual, I will run through the first 5 and hit the game of the week at the end. We'll get your boys' opinions in between. First up, we got T-Rex Bitches versus Little Melka. We got Slap Yo Mama versus Deflated Balls. We got Big Boy Club versus High Class Dumpster Divers. we got Pineapple Express versus Barn Burners. And we got the battle of, I would say, almost David and Goliath. Toilet Snake versus Concussors. Gents, what stands out to you about these Week 7 matchups?
Why don't we start off with two major letdowns so far? Okay, we got Barn Burners over there, right? You broke my heart. I was hitting against the wall. I was ready for you. I had you the entire time, and then you're like, I was going in Monday. You were down 70, and I'm like, are you winning? You're like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Josh Allen, easy. He could get 70 on his own. And I got that guy. I don't even remember who else he had, but like it didn't matter clearly. And Pineapple. We got Pineapple as well, who sold his soul, sold every single asset he had to have the team he has, and he's sitting down there 2-4, which honestly I did not think he was until I looked at it. So one of these guys has to win. One of these guys will not be a letdown at the end of the week. It's time to fight and see who's not the letdown.
It would be very nice if Pineapple beat Barn Burners. Purely selfish reasons. Mainly the fact that I now have rent to pay. um, but moving forward, we got Battle of 2 and 4 here with Slap Yo Mama versus Deflated Balls, the champion from last year and the number 1 pick from last year, both sitting at the same record. So that'll be a very interesting game to have happen. I don't know if the number 1 pick is going to play though. I think Harrison got hurt last week against Packers, so we'll see. It'd be interesting for Deflated to win that game though.
Yeah, two teams. One team, Slap Your Mama, obviously, big supporter of. He let me down a couple times, but still in my heart, you're pretty cool. Deflated
Don't have
balls.
confidence in him.
Clearly, both deflated. I had a feeling he would be bad this year. Slap. I was on the opposite side. So seeing them sit at the same level currently, I want to see which team's going to come out on top with that. Going on the theme of opposite sides of the spectrum, high class, the guy I pegged with one of the worst draft grades out of all of them. Clearly overperforming where I thought they'd be. Going against Big Boy, the new guy, who's also doing really good. This is going to be a very interesting matchup to see who could be on top with that.
Again, would be great to see Big Boy win this game. Purely for selfish reasons, except this one's obviously not personal. This one's just I need him to not be 3-3 or 4-3, I should say, because I'm also 4-3 potentially at the end of this week. But if I lose and then I go to 3-4, I need him to lose as well to stay on top of him. This is purely selfish. I fully understand that. I'm sorry, High Class. I like you, but I need you to lose for me. Thanks.
Just move on to your game then, since you're talking about yourself so much. Jeez.
Sure, why not? Um, yeah, 2, 3-3 teams.
Self-centered prick.
These, you goddamn right. Me versus T-Rex bitches. So this is the number 1 and number 2 scoring team in the league right now. The points that separate the two of us on the season is literally 5 points. This is going to be a battle for who wants to hold the highest score or the highest points for of the season. I'm excited for it. I'm really hoping I win this game. I would love to surpass him in points this week. We'll see. Should be a good game.
Yeah, Kyle, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of rooting for you. We got to keep the podcast boys in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
They hate us because they ain't us.
All right. Well, I mean, we might as well talk about you too, right?
Yep.
You're 5-1.
Uh-huh.
Concussors is 1-5.
Yep.
And Dan.
And then Toilet Snake had the highest score last week, and Concussus is
Keep
now 2
going.
weeks in a row playing against the team that had the highest score the week before.
Oh, poor guy. Oh no, I didn't think about that.
This is 2 weeks in a row that this has happened to him, and he almost won last week, so this is the week that changes it. He's going to win this week.
What the hell happened to the podcast loyalty, you bitch?
You're
Jeez.
5-1. You can afford a loss here.
I can't afford a loss. Not here. No, not here. I can't afford to lose, Kyle. I can't afford to lose. I have to win like every game, dude. I have to win. I have to make it to the play. I've never made it to the playoffs. You understand that? You understand that? And now I'm the king. I have a reputation to hold up, all right?
You can
What
afford
crown
a loss.
do you have?
The
What
crown
crown?
of being the best so far.
I was gonna say you haven't won. You haven't won jack shit yet.
I won 5 games. It was pretty
You
good.
haven't won no ship. You ain't got no crown. You just happen to be warming the throne for whoever's gonna take it from you.
You underestimate my power.
But
You goddamn
that
right he
note.
does.
on that note, we're gonna move on to our game of the week for week 7. This week's game, it could be trash, it could be great. Who really knows? Nobody knows. It's fantasy. But we got 2 good teams when it comes to records. We got 3-3 and we got 4-2. We got 3-3 Diamond Dogs versus 4-2 End Zone Gods. Gentlemen, initial opinions on this week's game of the week.
Diamond Dog's gonna win another one. I bet on him the first time we had him on. I'm betting on him again. Austin, you doubted him the first time. You failed. You're doubting him this time. You're gonna fail again.
I doubted him when he had a full roster, and now he's selling everyone. Why would I like double dip into that? You know what I mean? And End Zone, I thought he was going to be like a middle of the road team, but he's been pretty solid actually. He's been overperforming from what I thought he'd be. He's been pretty good. He's like right up there for top of the. Actually, isn't he the top division? He's up
Nope,
there. I don't know.
Barnburners
Either
is
way,
top.
he's good. He's better than you've been. He's better than Diamond Dogs has been. He's better than Pineapple's been. He's better than everyone but like me. So
He needs
I'm
to lose
gonna
this week.
no. I mean, maybe he's due.
He needs
I
to
don't know.
lose this week.
I have no faith in my quarter bets these days. All right, I'm not. My actual team record is the exact opposite of my game record as in terms of quarters. But I'm in a lot of debt here, so
I'm making that
it's
money.
it felt like the safest bet. So I'm gonna stick with you, End Zone. Please help me.
Making that money.
Speaking of money, this week's interview, we had Diamond Dogs on once again. And a little surprise this week, I got to actually sit in on this interview in place of Mr. Snake. And I got to say, Dogs is a little fired up this week. He's kind of on one. So let's get right into it.
Welcome into this week's game of the week. This week we have Diamond Dogs, aka Anyone But Melka, and we'll get to that later, versus End Zone Gods. Unfortunately, Austin couldn't join me this time, but instead we have the host of the regular podcast, Jay, with us today.
Hey.
Welcome in, Nick. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining
hey,
me
thanks
again.
for having me. No problem. Thanks for having me.
I think this is round 2 for
nice
you, right?
to talk to you, Jay.
Yeah, it's nice to talk to you as well.
It's always good to be on. I enjoy it.
Well, we appreciate you coming on.
All right.
Yeah.
I have to ask one question. No trades happened this week, right?
Lovely.
So
No trades did happen this week.
So I have to ask, what's your next trade with Pineapple?
Next trade with Pineapple, I'm not giving it away.
Not giving it away.
Not doing it. There's one in the books. There's one agreed upon. Just need to work it out.
Is there
just
actually?
Need to pull the trigger on. There actually is. I'm not saying what it is. I wanted to click on it yesterday, but he canceled it. I think just because it sat out there for a few days. So, yeah, it's good. Stay tuned.
Next week, Jay. Next week.
So I'm going to hop in here for a split second. I don't know if you,
Okay.
Mr. Dogs, I don't know if you listened to last week's episode all the way through, but we added a little bit after the ending about your guys' little shenanigans you ran. I just want to say it was hilarious to see. Like as an outsider, it is hilarious to see you guys just like teaming up and double teaming. It's funny as all hell.
So I'm gonna call people out. I'm a little disappointed. I had about 5 or 6 people on different messages trying to get them all to go to Anyone But Melka with the logo and everything. And it sounded like I had a lot of interest. And
Only
then everybody decided I don't want to get in trouble. Or I don't know what they were thinking, but you want to know what? They didn't do it. And it would have been really funny to see 6 people to all have the same. It would have been great. But that didn't happen. So unfortunately, it's not like I'm guys, I'm not making a coup. I'm not, but like it's just funny. I think it's hilarious.
Dogs is starting a revolution.
The old commissioner is trying to take his position back.
I did not say that. but if I did, there wouldn't be an IR spot.
Oh,
laying it down right there.
Okay.
Dude, we play 14, okay? We have 11 bench players.
Yeah.
If you want to make it even more competitive and crazy, lower that number.
Ooh.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying. Like then you really have to think about it. Then it's like, okay, I can't keep 5 number 1 and number 2 receivers, right? Like I can't hold on to 3 tight ends because I'm gonna switch in between the week, okay? I don't know. I know it will not be the general consensus. I get it, but it's something that could even make it harder.
How far would you cut it if it ever happened? 11 to what?
You can't go more than 2. You can't. I mean, that would just be horrible. I mean, I'd say get rid of 1 and add an IR. You still have the same because I don't think the IR thing's changing. Like, seems like a lot of people want that. So drop a player.
I actually wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that. All right, so I do have to say this though. So you switched it to Anyone But Melka, right? Is there any way? I'm betting on you this week, by the way. Is there any way that we can switch it to Anyone But Papa Melka? Can we take my name out of it?
So I would have been on board with that, right? But like, Papa's got a bit of an attitude about I'm the greatest. Everyone's worse than me, right?
Yeah.
And who's been the cockiest one this year?
Austin.
Toilet snake.
First couple weeks, man, you were like 250, got my quarter, going crazy. You want to know what? And what happened? Bit you in the ass.
Yep, it did. And now I don't know what the fuck is going on with my team.
No, I think the change in names is a funny thing. I actually changed my username to the same as Floyd's. It was great. Like, it was completely...
It was so funny. All right. Do you have any words for Mr. Toilet Snake doubting you for a second time this season? He's betting against you again.
So, Toilet Snake is betting against, because Toilet Snake, I believe his words were, I'm going to have the worst score in the league. And I'm pretty sure I beat both Melkas this past week, right? I just did. I had a higher score than him, okay? I'm feeling confident about my team right now. I'm getting A.J. Brown and Deebo Samuel back. Huge thing. Duncan and I are very excited about it. So, I mean, that's a big thing. When Christian McCaffrey comes, we're going to be screwed. But we knew that. So, we're just rolling out till then. We believe that we can actually still make the playoffs, guys.
Let me butt in here because this is kind of a question that relates to what you just said here about, I'm thinking about making the playoffs. So I see you're sitting at 3-3.
Yep.
What's your since, like you said, you've transitioned from we're selling, getting rid of everything to pushing for the playoffs. What do you think of your team's performance so far, and what, if you can give us any hints, because I don't want to let you, you don't have to give anything away, but what is your let's just say approach moving forward when it comes to, are you going to try to add anybody, or are you just going to try to roll with who you got, or what do you think you're going to try to do to push for the playoffs?
So obviously it was not a sell now and just cash out type thing. It wasn't. It was, yes, we sold a couple of big players. I don't actually think Travis Kelce has hurt not being on our team at all. I don't.
I agree.
Derrick
I
Henry's
can
a
agree,
beast.
yeah.
He's not going to get hurt. He's not. So like, okay, that one, right? I know toilet bowl, toilet snake, whatever you want to call him, toilet snake. I know his name, just being mean. But
I got you.
I know he's all about Patty Mahomes. You don't like him, but you want to know what? He's someone that's going to be in the league for a long time. We don't have to worry about the QB spot on our team for a long time. We got two of them that we're happy with. Okay, we are set there. Period. Like that's two keepers, two spots. Set, forget. We're done. Concentrate on the rest. Okay.
For sure.
We do like our receiving core. We do. At some point in time, might tweak it or whatever, but we're happy with it. Running backs, obviously, we have a lot of RB2s. We just do. We have to be strategic as far as who we pick up or who we drop or what we're looking for as far as end of week 17, like what we want to keep, right? We need to really concentrate on that. We do have confidence that our team is not that bad as Mr. Austin will say it is. So,
Well, all I'm gonna say is I appreciate you, saying you got confidence, saying you're pushing for the playoffs, because I mentioned it in last week's episode. I'm gonna start giving teams the most crap now when they're like under
okay.
500, so that you're at 500, so you're avoiding it. But
Well,
I'm looking at concussors, looking at deflated. These guys, like I'm like I said earlier in the podcast, I'm one of those guys that's like I'm pushing for it all the time. I know it's a dynasty. I know you got to think about future, but like it's a whole lot more fun if everyone's just trying to push for the win every week. So
absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
all for it.
I've never done anything for a loss. I've never done anything to help my case with anything. Like I am the worst loser you possibly will ever meet. So, and I know
Sure.
Duncan is the same way.
Do you think you can beat End Zone this week, and how do you plan on doing it?
Our lineup is set. Hopefully Mason plays, and end zone's going down.
Love
That's all
the
you got to say right
confidence.
there. That's all you got to say right there. Book it.
Done. We're very confident. We got our wide receivers back. Like we've been really hurting in that spot. We probably have the most quality in that position right now, even besides Mahomes and Burrow. But Brown and Samuel have not played. So
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I think you'll win. But yeah, I mean, overall, as your team as a whole, I mean, you stay healthy the rest of the season. I don't see why you don't make the playoffs in that 4, 5, 6 spot.
yeah, I mean, I think the wins that Tollers, thank God. I mean, wins are good, right? He's got less losses, right?
Yep.
But now you're looking at like you poke away 6 more wins, like you're in.
Right.
So you look at
Right.
who you're playing, everything else. I mean, as far as we go, like we're sitting at 3 losses. Yes, it's 500. Yes, it can go the complete opposite way. But you look at like people that came back from injuries, and they were longer injuries. Kind of like you throw those in instead of scraping for those people to get you 11. You're looking at 18 to 22.
Yep.
That
Right.
helps. And if you can just knock some of those together and get a couple wins in a row, now you're sitting 6-3 in whole different aspects. So that's the goal, and that's
Hey,
where the
I'll say-
confidence is from.
I'll be the first one on the bus to say I'll be happy to see it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you guys are one of the more enjoyable teams to kind of keep an eye on, from my perspective at least. So
I would love for you to be End Zone Gods this week.
I mean, that would
would
help
be
out your
awesome.
whole division,
So it would
right?
help
It
the whole
would.
division,
It
yeah.
really would.
And like, I mean, you guys talk about deflated, and oh my gosh, dude could be 3-4 and like
Mm-hmm.
not even close to the bottom right now. I mean,
Yep.
and obviously, big boy club. I hate to say it, but I hope they lose. It would help out my division.
Yep. Big Boy losing would help you guys a lot. Austin losing would help you guys. Plus,
Yeah,
it's
someone needs
just funny.
Someone needs to beat Snake. He's getting his head up his own ass too far.
I was gonna say, you're talking about me getting cocky, man.
He is, but like they've been performing, right? And like, I mean, he's got a couple on IR, right? But okay, boo hoo hoo. We need IR spots because Toilet Snake wants them. Boo hoo hoo. I get it. I get it. The ones that cry the most are the ones that get their way because people are sick of hearing them.
To be
Where's my
fair,
soundboard on that one?
Dad's been talking about IR spots for a couple years now. All right, thank you so much, Nick, for coming on. Diamond Dogs, anyone but Melka, anyone but Papa Melka, anyone but Toilet Snake, whatever. You have all of the names. What it was, you switched it to Pineapple Express for a minute. I mean, all of the names. Anyways,
The dog on top of the pineapple has been one of my favorites.
that was
That's
an
the best
awesome
one.
picture.
I was rolling on the floor.
That was an awesome picture. But thank you so much for joining us, and keep
thanks for
that
letting me tag in.
confidence. Let's beat End Zone this week.
We will do our best, and hopefully that helps out your division. I mean, you guys don't need a lot of help in that division anyway. It's kind of subpar.
It would help me a lot. It would help me a lot.
Whoa! Wait a second. Whoa! Circle back.
Whoa. Circling back.
If we beat End Zone Gods,
Yeah.
that helps the Melkas.
It helps me. It does not help barn burners.
So are we throwing this game?
I just literally said I don't throw games, but right now,
Oh no!
thought is crossing my mind.
He's got to stand on business. Got to stand up to his name.
No, I mean anyone but Melka. This might be a game, guys. I might not have a lineup in.
Oh shit! I fucked it. Anyways,
Thanks for joining us, Nick. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully we can do this again sometime. It's always fun.
Of course. Have a good night.
Yeah, you as well, guys. See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well, I want to thank Nick, Mr. Diamond Dogs, for coming on and talking to little Melka and I. But Mr. Snake, in your absence, he was a little critical of you, I think. What's your response to that?
I don't know why he hates me. All right, look, I've been nothing but nice to the man. I've done nothing but good for him, and except for the bet against him twice, but we're not going to talk about that. However, he put his entire team on the trade block, and I inquired, and I was left ghosted by Mr. Man. So I'm very, very. I don't know why he hates me. I don't know why he don't talk to me no more. It's saddening. It really is.
I know why.
Why?
Because him and Pineapple already have a new trade in the books. They just haven't hit accept yet.
It's true. It's very true. All I gotta say is he's quite the guy. The first time talking to him, he's got quite the exciting personality.
He's a fun interview.
That's for sure. We're not gonna talk about those takes on the IR spot though, right?
He's not the commissioner anymore.
He can't control us.
He can't control the majority.
But we're getting to the end. I want to once again thank you for listening on the various platforms, giving us a like, giving us a share, whatever you do. Leave a comment in the Discord. Let us know how we're doing. Tell us we're bad. Tell us we're good. We'll listen. Doesn't matter. But
we're probably
guys,
bad.
thanks. We're fine. It's fine. Who cares? We got 5 people listening. But gentlemen, thank you for joining me again this week. And to the rest of the league, better get on your shit, or else I might start ripping on some people.
He's coming after y'all.
But other than that, I think that'll do it for episode 8. Gentlemen, any last statements?
I take that as
a
no.
no. See ya.
Bye.